Another world where we got doodly squat. You sure this box thingy's even real?
Yes,
Yeah, just how do you know that?
it is etched.
It's what?
Come with me.
Where to? Those bozos ain't gonna help us. Sora's sure not looking for the box.
Who said anything about following them?
No.
Sora, what about the power of waiting?
You had to remind me?
Well, gorge, we just want to help keep you motivated.
I was thinking about Roxas. He's trapped here in my heart. But he needs a body to be himself again.
Well, don't worry. Yenzo's working on a way to get him free. I'll bet you he's got the perfect body all lined up.
You've got the gummy phone, Sora. Why don't you try giving him a call?
I guess so. Yeah, why not?
Oh, hiya, Sora.
Your Majesty!
Hey, what? Wrong number?
No, Rico and I are visiting Radiant Garden. Actually, we were just about to call you guys, but it looks like you beat us to the punch.
Sora, is something wrong?
I wanted to pick your brain. In order for us to recomplete Roxas, he needs a body, right?
Yeah, to put his heart in.
Huh? Replicas.
Huh?
Well, replicas are basically human.
What?
Oh, yeah. You wouldn't remember. The previous Organization 13 developed replicas, realistic vessels to place hearts in. They're so real, in fact, that you'd actually mistake them for people. And with hearts, the replicas will become people.
Cool. But if we get our hands on a replica, will Roxas look like himself when he's recompleted?
Yup. The replica takes the form of the heart inside it.
That's perfect!
I'll talk to Enzo. He was in the organization back then, so he might know more.
Great. Thanks. Wait. Do you guys think they're after replicas too?
Nope, they definitely said a black box.
Who's that?
The organization and Maleficent. Oh.
I guess we forgot to mention it.
Huh, it's okay. But there's something you guys should know about one of their members.
Huh?
So let the rest of us worry about Roxas and Naminé for now. You journey on and keep an eye out for Terra.
Yes, Your Majesty!
Stop that!
They don't change, do they?
Nope, that's their best quality.
Well, we gave Merlin the vestments for Kyrie and Axel. Let's go stop by Ansem the Wise's study.
Right.
Greetings, I'm Solidus-Skully, and welcome back to Kingdom Hearts 3. Whimsy. But now, it's time for the exciting gummy ship action theme that we also enjoy. Yeah, by the way, we also get additional blueprints and, teeny ships. They basically give you extra guns. And also additional things you can show off here, like one based after a car, another after a beetle, and another based off the blue fairy, whatever. Again, pick up additional blueprints, you'll get additional ships, gummy prints, things, and all sorts of stuff. This pretty much being the basis of your Final Fantasy references here with the Moogle and the Cactuar. But you do actually get a few other slightly cooler looking ones than that, like, you know, one in particular being the... Well, what's one to me, I think, you know, your traditional Final Fantasy airship, but I think that one's meant to be based on Radiant Garden. Oh, well. Either way, this is basically just another gummy ship segment Sugar-Me-Doo, which, yeah, is ostensibly me giving you the $10 tour of the rest of the star system. I am doing my best to kind of, sort of showcase different areas of, you know, these sectors of space to give it at least a little bit more flavor in terms of our space exploration, but, yeah, in terms of commentating, it does become a bit of a problem. Oh, my god, what is it? What could it be? It's a starship of a flower. Yeah, basically, well, guess it's pretty much provided a talking point right to and fro. Yeah, in any case, this is basically meant to be, well, an optional boss. Now, there are going to be, and again, you're pretty much going to be seeing this at the end of the pod anyway, but yeah, there are pretty much bosses based upon several of the different Disney worlds you visit in the game, some of which are mandatory, which, you know, you'll be seeing as we enter our next world, the Toy Box. I'll give you 5 hints as to exactly what that one's referring to. One of which is about toys, another of which is that it has a story, the first of which is that it has a sex toy in it named Woody and a sex toy named Buzz. And the other thing, well, it has Sora, Donald, and Goofy going to the world. I don't think I gotta say any more about that. In any case, so, yeah, this one is pretty much based on Tangled, as you can tell by, you know, the magical healing flowers that was implied to be responsible for giving Rapunzel healing powers via, you know, her lengthy blonde hair that is now short and brunette and completely styled. Why Eugene never decided to get a job as a hairdresser, I'll have no idea, because just with one knife strike you can make it perfectly layered, whatever else. But whatever, that's completely irrelevant. We are done with the realm of Tangled, and now we move on to Babby's first bullet hell, so to speak. Yeah, as you can tell, like, again, you do have some gummy ship models that are better detail for offense, some that are better for defense, and, you know, all that kind of malarkey, so, yeah, going at it with a base ship model probably isn't ideal, I mean, even at this stage in the game, but, again, if you're reasonably adept at dodging and, you know, you can thunder thumb your way to victory, you know, by locking on target, firing your guns and all that sort of stuff, yeah, nothing really to worry about, it's just a matter of, having patience to wither down its health bar. Though then again, it does also sort of incentivize you to continue upgrading your gummy ship / buying some of the more advanced blueprints as you go on throughout the game. Primarily because, yeah, as mentioned previously, in order to get all the orichalcum plots that you need for the ultimate weapon, well, you're gonna be needing a more powerful ship, as well as upgrading your gummy ship level to, at absolute minimum, I'd say, like, level 80, level 60, but, yeah. I mean, again, at time of commentating, we're pretty much just going to our second, technically third Disney World of the game, if you don't want to count Olympus, but yeah, technically, we are pretty much nearing, you know, Toy Story World in this case, but yeah, in terms of where I am currently, in terms of, you know, actually recording the game, I've pretty much just finished, well, the semi-penultimate, tri-ultimate? Whatever. Basically, I'm pretty much up to the final, not the final world, but like the penultimate of the penultimate world game thing. Brain melting. Basically the last of the Disney worlds, so yeah, I am starting to reach the end, and I've got pretty much all that I really need for the ultimate weapon. The only thing I'm going to be needing is the orichalcum pluses, which unfortunately is going to require me, well, yeah, going after some of the gummy ship stuff, which again, you can still act now. By the time this part gets uploaded, you know, you can still say, oh, Mr. Solidus-Skully, don't wear yourself thin. Save yourself and don't bother with the ultimate weapon and move on with your life. But I don't know, something tells me that I'm probably gonna just go hell for leather and get it anyway, but I mean, it is technically possible to get the ultimate weapon before the end of the game, so again, there isn't really any sort of New Game Plus restrictions going on. You know, akin to some other Kingdom Hearts games here and there, like, you know, for example, Dream Drop Distance with the whole Julius boss fight, or, you know, having to get the secret ending by getting all those trophies or whatever, but yeah, that's neither here nor there in this case. Yeah, by the way, when you hit the A rank, you also get, like, this invincible ship grinder Shugami-doo, and, yeah, it's pretty good. I don't think you're technically invincible while you have it, but it is immensely useful in whittling down the health bar just by flying into it with its, you know, little burst trajectory pattern. Yeah, I do apologize if you're looking at what's the equivalent of a screensaver right there, but, yeah, that is pretty much all she wrote. There are a few other ones based upon Disney Worlds that we won't technically be getting to see, although, again, depending on how much people enjoy these Gummy Ship segments, I don't know, I either might be cutting these down for time, or I might be trying to show off all that I can in a cleanup video. Because, I mean, I do kind of want to get the pace moving. There isn't really too much to say, apart from, you know, some of the retrospective areas that we get to see. Yeah, by the way, those little twirly-doos, you know, floating about in space, those are actually mine, so, again, if you crash into the, well, spiky business, then, yeah, you're pretty much going to end up taking a buttload of damage, so be careful, because they will explode. But yeah, if you were wondering, Pura demonstratum. Anyway, if you were wondering what else you're really going to be doing throughout your Gummy Ship adventures if you're just sort of going off the beaten path and not getting exploded like that, well, I mean, again, you're pretty much just destroying turrets for health points, you know, getting money, destroying those crystals over there for Gummy Ship blueprints, and, of course, collecting experience that you use to eventually level up and, you know, keep yourself in the heat of the fight, so... Yeah, I mean, in terms of how Kingdom Hearts 3 handled the whole Gummy Ship system, I am pretty satisfied with what they had to do here. I mean, again, I complained earlier that there's really not too much I can say in terms of actual commentary, but that's really more to do with the fact that, well, what you see is really what you get, and compared to Freelancer, which pretty much had this as the big gameplay focus, you're pretty much sort of in an ocean between. Which is fitting, given that this is exactly what this area of space is meant to be in Kingdom Heartsian terminology, but yeah, I mean, apart from just sort of destroying asteroids to mine for gummy pieces and, you know, synthesis stuff, yeah, just small hidden areas like inside that cave over there where you get to pretty much see a whole plethora of experience points, you know, blueprint crystals galore. So, I mean, again, it does pay to, you know, get curious to the explorative side and, you know, explore around to see what sort of stuff you can find. It's, again, I will say that it is my favourite variance of the Gummy Ship to date, really, and, well, again, I don't want to spoil anything, but I mean, given where Sora ends up in Kingdom Hearts 4, it does make me wonder whether we're going to be seeing anything like this, or if, you know, some of the more open-world aspects, as we've been seeing through even a bit of the teaser of the gameplay in Kingdom Hearts 3, have been sort of attesting to, but, I would be fine with either, but, you know, at the same time, I would be curious to see if there's any sort of upgrade to the whole Gummy Ship system, you know, from what 3 already provided with. That, I don't know. Up in the air, I suppose. So anyway, apart from the fact that, you know, those lava spouts hurt, yeah, hidden crannies to explore, and, yeah, you do actually get a few, like, hidden visual cameos here and there, like, particularly in the next world, yeah, you know what, I'll save that for a little bit later, but let's just say we get a reference to a boss we fought in Kingdom Hearts 2 that I can't recall if I technically defeated, but, if not, we'll just say that Sora did enough damage to it that it eventually crashed, and, then becomes a little visual Easter egg. But yeah, in any case, let's see, what else do I really have to talk about at this stage? Well, luckily for me, this is where I can, I suppose, maybe talk a little bit more story. Yeah, again, kind of similar in nature to how some of the cutscenes at the end of the worlds usually are. I mean, particularly at the end of Twilight Town, and, you know, I suppose as each world ends, you notice that they tend to front-load and backload a lot of cutscenes, either at the beginning or the end of a world. Not necessarily at the beginning, mind you, because that's usually getting the story of the Disney world out of the way, but, yeah, particularly in regards to, you know, some of the endings. Like, again, we just finished Tangled, and those cutscenes would follow one directly after you get the new Keyblade, whatever. Then you get Pete and Maleficent going a wee bit too loudly, then you get Sora's whole angst of, oh no, I get a free Roxas. And then, of course, you get the whole replica program thing with, you know, Riku and the King trying to find out what's what. And again, the whole salient point I wanted to say, apart from my overall rambling, is that, yeah, it does make the pacing of the cutscenes feel a little bit more ordinate, that they just sort of, like, defecate exposition and, you know, development to sort of get everybody up to speed in terms of, you know, okay, newcomers who potentially didn't play Dream Drop Distance or Chain of Memories, here's explanation as to things that you can do here and there, and back again. So yeah, I mean, again, I get that it was sort of a necessary evil to do in order to get everybody, you know, fans and non-fans alike up to speed, but it was also kind of, yeah, it makes the cutscenes feel a little bit more amateurishly put together, and that you're sort of just dumping exposition without really getting a lot of breathe room, specifically. Like, again, all it takes is just a little pinch of exposition, a little pinch of action, and that's all you really need, but, yeah, it does sort of come with the cost of Kingdom Hearts 3 being a bit of a stuffed turkey. Speaking of which, yeah, at present, I have no idea what the hell's inside those, little dust clouds. You need a faster ship, so, yeah, that's gonna be for the cleanup videos. I don't know if, some of the latter blueprints end up having faster ship models, or if it's maybe something that you need to sort of customize yourself. I guess I'll find out as soon as I eventually get towards, you know, some of the latter points of ship customization with the gummies. Oh yeah, I'm sure the gummies are very delicious, so if I don't eat them first, the gummies will make me go faster. And into that little sandstorm tornado thing where I don't know what lays inside. But regardless, so there are a few other, you know, little heartless, what I presume to be bosses like that, but, yeah, remains to be seen, I suppose. In any case, there's Toy Story World, nothing's gonna stop us now.
How do we reach the world now?
Like this!
Yeah, so this is technically meant to be, I think, our first Gummy Ship boss fight, and you can tell because the health bar is significantly lower than, you know, the heartless, tangled flower ship Sugamidu that we fought earlier. And, yeah, if you were thinking this robot was meant to be based on, you know, Captain Zurg or whatever from, you know, Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, I guess that's possibly what it's meant to be referring to, but again, you never, to kind of spoil things here, you never actually see Zurg in the Toy Story world whatsoever, and in turn, well, yeah, I guess this is pretty much all you get. Yeah, it's still a pretty decent boss fight, mind you, but, yeah, that's pretty much all she wrote, really. But yeah, I do apologize that the Gummy Ship segments are basically just going to be a bit of a watch ship shoot the same missiles and bullets here and there, but I don't know, it's just basic shoot-'em-up action. Really meant to be there for the heat, euphoria, and joy of dodging all sorts of laser beams, as Japan is of wont to enjoy, I suppose. Oh well, could be worse. Could be potential rushed, oh god, we need to get the game finished in 5 minutes, Sonic Frontiers boss fight, before it was improved by DLC. Yeah. Grablamo! And thus, now the world is no longer in the hold of the darkness. Clear the haze. Vrushu. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And you can actually fight these boss fights again, as they pretty much contain them inside these little warp gate Sugamidoos. So in any case, I'm Solidus-Skully, keep it new metal, and I'll catch you later. Bye-bye.